let's do this. On this document, I have the presentation at the top. If you want to click on Boot Camp Presentation. And why don't we do this step? Why don't we try to pair, or I know we got an odd number. I can sit with someone. And so on this presentation, I have the overview of the boot camp. And then I have what we've done so far. We did the portfolio piece. We've talked about that. We've done, this is the IT career exploration. So what we're gonna do is I want us at least to start looking at these roles. So I put 4 major career pathways. So on slide 4, we have 4 pathways. We have help desk technician, IT support specialist, field service technician, network support technician, and then so these are what you'd consider like entry-level positions for IT roles, all right? So I picked 4 as a starting point. These are roles that either people with limited experience or some experience generally move into some form of this role, right? So maybe you're working at a help desk, maybe you're doing specifically more IT support, maybe moving away from the help desk, getting more than calls. Then maybe you are working, outside of the office as a field service, doing more hands-on in person. And then maybe there's a network support. So you're working maybe more specifically with the network than maybe just IT support. After those experiences, there are additional roles that kind of open up opportunities. Systems administrator, network administrator, cybersecurity analyst, cloud specialist. And what I did here was I gave a list. Don't go too far. Are you coming back? Okay. I just want to do one more thing with you guys before lunch. This is like we can ease into this. I put the skills that are the difference between the 2 levels. So to go from entry level to the more advanced skills, basically after you've got that entry level role, you have more basic technical knowledge, you have more troubleshooting, you have more customer service, you have more networking knowledge, right? You've probably done a certification or you've expanded your knowledge, right? And then now you're looking for what's the next level, right? So then you are getting involved with maybe becoming a systems administrator, these administration roles, cybersecurity analyst. Well, to go from that entry level to those more advanced roles, there's the advanced troubleshooting. You might get a certification in systems and network administration, scripting and automation, which is a skill that we've seen in the CompTIA, writing scripts for Linux scripts for managing devices and networks. Security awareness gets heightened, and certifications like CompTIA Network Plus, Security, or Microsoft's MTA. So what I'd like us to do is now we want to actually, we can do this after lunch, fill out this form. I actually want to play with the computers a little bit before we go to lunch. But on this form, I would like us to I'm just going to look at the questions quick. That's the parts of the computer. After lunch, we're going to spend time based on those roles, developing a SMART goal, okay? So after lunch, we're going to do this. We're going to look at what type of entry-level role, how will we measure progress towards our goal. So it's taking that idea of that goal we had and trying to actually write a goal. What skills or knowledge, and how does this role align with your long-term career goals and time bound? And then I gave 3 prompts for writing the goal. In the next 12 months, I will become qualified for a blank role by completing this certification or gaining skills, troubleshooting, and so on. So we'll do this after we take a little lunch. What I'd like to do now is for 15, 20 minutes, go into, I'm gonna skip ahead, and I wanna do the parts of the computer. So if you could go ahead and open the parts of the computer document. And this gives a description of all the parts that we talked about at the beginning of the class when I did the intro. And then at the bottom, it has a little checklist. Case, power supply, motherboard, CPU, RAM modules, storage drive, cooling system, processing unit, optical drive, cables and connectors. So, how is it going in general? Give me a little update.
It's good. I got most of it out.
So what do you get out so far?
Motherboard, CPU, cooling unit, optical drive, SSD, hard drive, right? Where's the hard drive? That's not the hard drive. I don't think this has.
Oh, you have the SSD.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you have the SSD. So you have the motherboard, fan, optical drive.
This is the power supply I'm struggling with.
Yeah, the power supplies have very tiny little screws.
I already got them out.
And you might find that it might be stuck.
It's here.
And how about this little thing? Does it slide out? Just push on it a little bit, gentle.
I don't know what you just did, but it works.
There's a little pin.
And there's also zip ties
Yep.
for some reason.
I have scissors if you need to cut them. Yep. So if you need to cut zip ties, I have scissors too. Okay, there you go. How's it going? Oh, look, you got it out. You want to? You guys are doing good. Yeah. Good job. Good job.
Pretty much everything. Is everything else?
Those are probably. So what's our next? Oh yeah. So what's our next piece? Yeah, you get it. We can look at how those pop. And it's probably half of it. So just remember, it's like half a brick on half a brick. So like you might have to like squeeze on one side and yeah. Let's see. So good, you got this out. Thank God, huh? What a pain that must have been.
So we don't have to wait for you.
You can cut those if you want.
Cut?
Oh, there you go. You got it. You got it.
What happens if you cut them?
Well, not the wires per se, but you can. The zip ties sometimes like.
That's zip ties.
Yeah.
Do you have something for this?
So that is it. It's a real pain. Do this one first, just so you can see the power supply.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is I'll show you how this works. This needs like it needs to be like squeezed and then pushed and slid. It's the blue mechanism's a little difficult. Like I had a hard time with it last night. But this is good because if you do this one, you can see like the power supply inside. I would just do just do the outside ones. Because the and that fan, yeah.
No.
So your computer's dead at home?
Huh?
Your computer's dead at home?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it needs to be updated. I've had it since like 2007. I just refused to give it up because I've always wanted to do this.
Okay.
But I have a laptop that also just recently gave up.
Oh,
and I
okay.
want to do that.
What type of laptop is that?
IMB.
Okay.
Like one of the, I want to say, it's probably from like 2011-ish.
Okay.
Something like that. They gave it to my mom on her job, and now she's dying without YouTube.
So you can learn how to do a Linux install on these older PCs, and they'll run longer than the Windows that is dying on it.
She would like them.
I mean, Windows can be a little buggy, but at the same time, like, at least it can run a little faster too. It can kind of like keep an older computer alive. So like that would be really the only option with these, because Windows won't support the updates and security updates needed on that motherboard. So it kind of ends up being like, you know, this is like the only thing we can do with them is like learn from them.
Yeah.
You know, which is unfortunate, but at the same time. All right, look at this. Got everything laid out. All right. All right, quick reaction to this experience.
It wasn't too that hard for me. What was this?
What was beneficial? Beneficial.
I don't know much about computer parts, so this was very
This is my favorite
like
part of the
educational.
class.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like I'm learning what like the parts
But
look like and what they're called to.
very good.
I'm a hands-on person.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah, no, and it's hard because it's like I want to help you with the career part, but then I know this is like this is like the fun part, and it, you know, to kind of dig into it. And it's also good to like see. Could you say what you just said? It helped for you to see the.
Yeah, so like I'm able to see like, oh, okay, so this is what the power, what is it, the power
Yep.
yeah, looks like, and you know, just kind of like
Visualize it.
yeah, visualize it, because it's more like she said, it's like more hands-on.
Yep.
Like
And it's hard. Like it's hard to get hands-on an online course too.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's very.
Yeah, the thing with this for me is I would agree, but I've done this a lot.
Yep. And everyone's different. Like that's the thing. Whenever I rip one apart, like every one of them, like model-wise.
But I've literally worked with this exact type of computer.
Yeah,
Like
this-
this exact one, because I had an internship where I
Yep.
was going through all of these.
And you're ripping them out. And we have.
mainly the drives.
Yep, mainly the drives. Why the drives? You know.
Because I was recording serial numbers on a document.
Yep, and a lot of them can be repurposed,
Because
like if
what
they're
was
big
happening-
enough.
What was happening is it was a town hall I was doing an internship for, and they were like, "Oh, we have all these old computers we're trying to upgrade, but we can't just get rid of the computers. We need to record the serial numbers on the hard drives and then store them.
Okay.
But then we'll just throw away the computer. So like, do whatever you want. You can break the computer for all I care. Just get the hard drive out."
So look how different.
So I
Yeah.
did it with like at least 30 computers.
And look at this chassis. It's like much different than like you'd see if you bought it like to put a computer together. It's designed specifically for that model, so it can be processed quickly for commercial use. And then the drive bays are the same way.
And they all looked like this. Like they all had like
The pull handle.
They had like the pull handle. They had those. The way you got that one open, they had those.
Yeah, that's a classic one.
Yeah.
And then and it's good to see like the drive bays. Like they charge like $10 for these on Amazon. Like you still have to buy those when you're gonna do an SSD install. How big? That's not a tiny drive. It's 250.
Let me see that.
And then you have the optical drive, the fans. I also like to see the different different cooling. Do you remove the CPU? Take the CPU out off the motherboard.
Oh, it's on the motherboard? Why didn't I realize that?
You know how to flip that open?
I did at one point.
Just figure out the flip.
I'll figure it out. I just need to remember. Oh, yeah, I need to. Hold on, I don't have it.
I think that one thing just flips. I think it just flips. I don't even think you need the screwdriver.
It looks like I did.
Theirs just flipped. Does it? Unless it has a screw in it.
No, there's screws.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good actually. Put it down on the table so you're level.
They're star screws, though. I can't do it with this one. This is the only time this one has not worked.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have stars.
Screws, we don't have
Oh no. It kind of comes out a little bit.
Lay it flat on the table and apply some pressure. Yeah, I didn't bring my star. I was like, got the other one open without anything, so I was like, maybe we'll have the same luck.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have brought the star screwdriver.
It would definitely take a little while.
I have a thicker one, another screwdriver. How's it going? Ooh, how are things coming? I probably sent you on a little goose chase with the power.
Yeah, I knew that wouldn't work. I just thought I'd try.
Here's. That drive is such, I'll be honest, like I had a hard time with that drive. And with that, there's like some YouTube videos on how to do it, but
I mean, I know we got one right here, one right here. A little
you want me to
one right
you want me to try it, or you want to go for it?
No, we got this.
All right. My son got driven crazy. He gave up. I'm like, come on.
There's a little one right here.
Terrible.
There's a little
I'm
one.
gonna press this and I go.
I can press these two because I'm already on this side, and then there's one right here.
I wanted it to so bad.
Is it coming out a little bit?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I can't do anything. I just have to watch
All
this.
right.
And then the CPU
Oh,
goes like
there.
this.
Looks
And,
cool.
There's no thermal paste on it. Was this before they did that?
I mean, they just have different ways of cooling it. I mean, who knows? It probably maybe had a lot of heat on it. I mean, a lot of
Wait, no,
fans
the
on it.
thermal paste goes like from here to here.
And the thermal paste is sometimes on the heat sink more. Like just to kind of, but the paste should be somewhere near it.
I don't see any thermal paste.
Where's your heat sink?
Right here.
Oh, it's like a weird one.
Yeah, it's like hooked to this like.
But okay, so
Oh
this
wait,
was
wait, let me see that.
there. It is. The paste is on the bottom.
Wait, where?
On the bottom of the right in the square.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Motherboards are interesting.
I need the screwdriver again.
Well, this is all we have.
Enough to rip it apart. So we got.
Do you have a tiny Phillips head? Like a really, really tiny one?
They might have it. I don't know if they have it.
I have this.
I have a medium, two mediums, and like. So at least you got the cooler. The power came out of this really easily.
Yeah, we just like clicked on by this.
I just didn't
this
know.
little thing.
The one I did, that other one I did last night, the power was like a pain.
What do you call this piece? Like I know those are like
Yeah, like
basic.
I/O. It's like just like an I/O
Like an
setup.
I/O,
Yeah,
okay.
because they differ a lot too, like between models, like ones that have audio or USB-C. Like I tried to charge my watch this morning, and I was like thinking I could plug it into my car. And is that? Oh, what's that? That's
This?
yeah, a little toy.
Yeah, just my AirPods.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
case is cool.
Yeah, because I keep dropping them.
Oh, that's
so
a
they
good
just
idea.
pop out, so this one locks
I
in.
didn't realize the thermal paste was.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah.
It needs one of those like alarms where if you walk away from them, it go on your
They start
phone.
beeping.
Yeah. I remember I was so impressed. I had a student once who had like this was like probably back in 2012 when the Galaxy Notes came out, the big ones.
Oh.
They were awesome. And I just remember he's like, yeah, you know what? And if I walk away from the pen, it tells me.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah.
I
I don't know if they do that anyway.
anymore,
It was
yeah.
cool. I was like, all right. Because the screen was huge.
I didn't even know that they did that.
The screen was huge too. Like, I remember back then it was like so big. How's it going over here? You guys got the RAM out? That I will say that's probably one of the tougher areas right in that little corner. I ripped it all out in there. Good job though. You got the drive out. Awesome. How was that experience?
I mean, it was good because we got 3 people.
Yep.
So
You had
2
the
of us
extra
held it
hands.
down, yeah, and then the other one.
Yep. Popped it.
Yep.
Yep. That little case.
That's just what I'm doing.
Oh, we still got the thing.
Yep. And if you notice, I took that part off and I just like left it. Like it seemed to be kind of like something that.
That's where it went. It went like that. You can do that. I have thermal paste all over me. I will be back.
All right. All right, go for it. Good job. Good job. At least they bundled the cords relatively. Like for how many are there? What else do you like to do hands-on? Everything?
Yeah, I learned better that way.
Yeah. So what's so far?
I have no clue what we've been doing in labs.
Oh, in this one?
Yeah. Well, no, this one,
Yeah.
yes. In, like, when we're at home, I be struggling with,
With the labs and stuff?
well, no, the labs I'm good at. The pre-BQs I'm pretty good at.
That's good.
Once I get to the little lesson quiz thing,
Okay.
it'd be like, no, you thought you knew this information, you didn't.
It's repetition. I tell you, it's repetition because you can do that quiz 3 times in the time it would take you to read the lesson. You know, that's the unfortunate part about it. Like,
Yeah.
so what have you learned so far through this experience of ripping this computer apart and learning the parts?
There are a lot of parts, and you have to be careful with all this stuff and make sure that you're in sequence.
Are you guys ready to put it back together?
Where's my little
No,
map or
really.
whatever that we're supposed to wear on the wrist? Where's that?
If this computer, you would need the ESD strap if you were using a regular computer.
Oh, so
Yep.
you get shocked. and
Yep.
stuff.
You're not going to get shocked from that. Yeah. Well, the shock is to prevent damage to the drives. Yep. Yep.
And then the little ones.
If you were to do this at home, do make sure you use an ESD strap. Yep.
Where's the phone? The little ones are for this. Those are for this, right?
Was it easier or harder than you thought it would be if you knew what you were going to do for this? If you knew you were taking the pieces out, you don't need to keep the screws. Don't worry about it.
How are we gonna put it back together if we don't?
You're not. I won't make you do that. I won't torture you.
How are we gonna learn if you're skipping?
You can put it together if you want to. It's gonna be hard if you lose one, though. I would say it would be much easier to put it back together if it was like a computer you built yourself. What happens with HP and some of these companies is all these parts are so specifically built for like a corporate computer. Like they make them very hard that if you like bend the part the slightest way, it might not work right.
Yeah.
Like, but if you guys can get as far as taking the motherboard out, that would be awesome. I mean, that's the kind of the fun part. You could put it back together. I think most of you would be able to put it back together because would you be able to put it back together if you had to?
I would say so.
Yep.
It will definitely take me a while, but
Mhm.
I can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean,
It's not that complicated. Yeah.
I would say that I'm pretty good at remembering like stuff.
Was.
Yeah.
And definitely take pictures. If you do ever do this and plan on putting it back together, you definitely want to like take pictures. Like,
Or like record myself at least.
yes.
So I can, if I forget what something goes.
And also like count your screws and like just like you would if you were putting an IKEA set together. You know what I mean? Like, oh, great job.
This is the one with 5. These right here are from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
This one, 5.
Yeah, right here.
I want to do a hands-on activity with you guys where you do the operating system. I want to, because that's a good thing to learn. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it virtual. I'd love to do a virtual machine project. Not today, but like at the next boot camp, like just something that kind of gets you to like understand how virtual machines work. Because if you understand how a virtual machine works, you can essentially understand like how a computer function, like how a computer works. It's a computer within a computer. So install and you basically have a computer with a certain amount of memory, RAM. You have to allocate all that space, and then it has its own system. So then you can install a system and then test a system. So it's almost like doing it as if you were just doing it to a regular computer.
Yeah.
So like you could make it so it's like a dual boot computer. So you can do different operating systems. Yeah, I think I took, did I take that out? That does pop off, I guess, if you want it to. The fan might slide out.
Yeah, no, but something's holding it to the bottom.
Oh, that's a very, I'm going to be honest, it's a very difficult screw. It's in there. It's just, you
On the
can't, yeah,
wires,
you can't
yeah.
see it.
I can feel it. It's at
Yep.
the corner. It's not letting it lift.
Yep, yep, yep.
Possibly, maybe.
Does anyone have experience, you have any experience with Raspberry Pis at all?
No.
Raspberry Pis are like small microcomputers that basically have all the parts of a computer, but it's basically just like the motherboard.
As for a kid, like you can get the little kids.
Yep, yep.
I never got one of those.
But they,
I also think
yeah, Raspberry Pi. So you can do everything on a Raspberry Pi that you can on a regular computer.
So no, the fan can
And
probably
actually-
come out.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
But the fan can come out. Is this itself? It has another screw. Like I can feel it. It's at the corner. It's like 3 of them. See, there's one right here.
Oh, okay. I think
There's one right here. One right here. So there's 2 there. Oh no, there's 3 on that. There's 3 on that corner. And then there's a bunch of little ones. I don't think the little ones gonna count.
Does this slide? I mean, that doesn't do anything to it, does it? That's just the case, I guess. Do you want to see the piece that I took? Do you want to see the other one?
yeah.
I know, I'm just teasing. But you can if you want. Just that I don't want you to like feel like you're struggling.
Are we gonna work on the little one too?
You can. I can put that in your hands. I think you'd enjoy it, ripping it apart.
I would very much so.
All right. Once this is all set, we'll give everyone some food, and then I'll put that in your hands to rip it apart. I should have brought more of the minis. I bought those. I was gonna put a system on that, and I couldn't get it to boot. So I was like, I'll just bring it. It's fun to watch you guys having fun with this, so I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's okay. Yeah, that screw is so hard to see.
It's on the corner here.
It's no, it's on
No,
this corner.
Yep, exactly.
corner.
Let
Yep,
me,
yep, exactly.
Oh yeah, I see.
Cause there's a bunch on that corner over there. There's like
You see it?
there's this one.
I literally pushed the screwdriver down in between it to get at it. I was kind of in a rush because my son was freaking out, and I'm like, come on, like just get the screw in there. I just like torturing him with stuff like that.
I can't believe you wouldn't enjoy this.
I think he did, but he doesn't like the fact that he's doing it for me. Like it's more
yeah,
like
that
a
makes
kid
sense.
thing.
He's like, "That's for me. I'll do it."
But if it's for you.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but this is like, it's not, I don't think that's it.
And it's wedged in there.
Cause, oh, sorry.
I know.
These are not it, right?
Which one?
These right here, these are not it, right?
It is in there.
But it's not
No,
this.
no.
Okay,
It's
that's what
definitely
I
in
thought.
that corner.
Yeah, it has to be
It
like.
it really needs to be like pulled out, like, and it's not easy. It's like anything but easy. It's like tucked way. It's like there it is. You see it?
It's this one?
Yep.
That's what I thought originally. I've seen that like 4 times, but this doesn't, I can't, this doesn't go in. This stays surface level.
Want me to try? I think I got it at home. I think that's the one.
Yeah, it doesn't even, because it doesn't have the grooves for you to even put it in. It's like a flat surface.
Do you want to try one of these? Or let's see if they had a different one. Do you have another Phillips?
This is what we got.
over here.
Yeah, I think this is. Try this one. Try that one. Because I must have had something. Because I grabbed a couple extra screws. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's what I want. Whatever it was, it didn't have a hole before, and now it has a hole.
Oh, on that one?
Yeah, whatever that is. I don't think it's the screw.
Is it coming out or is it just kind of spinning?
No, it's just making a hole.
Oh, let me see. Let me see.
It's the same one as these over here.
Let me pop down in there. Maybe I'm not. Let me pull it back.
Maybe we think there's another screw.
No, there's something in there.
That's holding it, right?
What I remember moving this. I remember having to like move. Sorry. I remember having to like move something.
There we go. I see it. Yeah, I seen it. I seen it. Let me see. I got it. I got it.
All right, go for it. I remember having to like move something to see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was like, oh, I wouldn't even have seen it if I was not forceful with that one part.
Honestly, this is. Yeah, that's crazy. That's like.
I know.
Why did they do something like that? I don't understand. At least they put the screw on the other side.
How's it going over here? They're deconstructing.
Yeah, the power.
Yeah, the.
Can you guys see it?
So you guys are all good with the parts, right?
Yeah, we're good with it.
That's good.
Just do it.
Honestly, we're just.
Yeah, the good part of this. Do you guys want to have some pizza?
Honestly, yeah.
All right. If you could put all. Remember, I have to like cart these out of here somehow. So like, just if you want to. Let's go.
Put them in with the screws.
Let's go over the parts one more time.
Optical drive.
All right. We'll start on the left. Let's go left to right. Here we go.
That's all right.
Left to right. We'll go on.
This one?
Yep.
Well, there's the CPU on top of it.
Okay.
I put it there because I don't want to touch the thermal pasting.
Mm-hmm.
And then the radiator.
Mm-hmm.
The well,
Essentially,
whatever.
yeah.
It is a radiator, but it's a
Like a heat sink.
yeah, heat sink is what I meant to say.
And what would you
Fan.
call these things that kind of like keep it off the?
Those are screws, but they connect to the motherboard, like
Yep.
right here, pretty much.
Yep. We lift it off the motherboard. All right. What else we got?
You got the power supply.
Power supply.
Yeah, and the I/O.
I/O.
Yeah.
I/O inputs.
Yes. And then the SSD.
SSD. Yeah.
Optical drive.
Optical drive. And then we got the chassis, the case.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we got the what's the next
The-
thing?
the
RAM. RAM.
Well, a single RAM piece for some reason.
And then you got your motherboard with the input outputs on it. And then you had what held down the CPU. All right. If you could neatly fit it all back into the chassis case together, I mean, I know it's in multiple parts, but if you could fit it into that, that would help me carry it home. Or you can take it home if you want to. I mean, you can have any of these parts if you want to,
I
but
don't have the ability to do that.
that's okay. But if you guys could just neaten it up and put all the parts in the chassis case, that would be helpful to me because when I take it out to my car. I'm gonna actually make a wall at home of computer parts so that when I'm on an online call, I can just point to people like, that's what it looks like. I should have brought. I have a server motherboard that I want to show you guys. I'll put that on the wall. Oh, breakthrough?
Dang.
What happened?
Oh, do we gotta take this out? Cause we can't take this out unless this comes out. Unless I think this is blocking it from coming out. Wait, can we touch this one?
I got it out, but I left it with one wire keeping it in. Because it was like, the wire keeping it in was like wired in.
So this. So it's probably.
The black wire is the one I kept kind of running. So like if I had this one, this is how I left it. So I got it out, but there was still, it's out, but there was one black wire running to the power.
I think it's like these little things right here to the side. That's keeping it from coming up. If that makes sense. Like these little things, yeah. That's why I think we gotta take this out in order for it to. Oh, you got it. Alright, let's see. Well, go ahead, Katya girl. Let's go. Come on.
Woo! Yay!
That's probably the black one.
Yeah, there's like it connects to the power.
Alright, but technically we took it out.
Good
Technically,
job.
we took it out.
Woohoo! That feels good to rip that thing apart.
I know how to get the CPU on, but I'm trying to do it without getting.
Yeah, that's the screw that had us all crazy.
So what I'll have you guys do is, in terms of the challenge of putting it together, why don't you try to like just place the parts where they would go, for the most part. You don't have to like screw them in. I won't drive you crazy with that. But good job. Congratulations. Very good.
Did you want us to pull this out too? I mean, technically.
Oh yeah. Do the motherboard. Do you yeah, try to. It's just got screws on the corners. You got that?
Yeah, we got them.
There's
already.
usually one screw, might be one extra one hidden.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? I think it's these.
That are.
Before you do
Oh.
that, first things first.
Yep. Yep. Those keep the motherboard off the case, and then they also are keeping it in there. Good job. And then there might be a hidden screw somewhere, like if it doesn't pop right out.
I think that's the only screw left.
I don't think that's how it goes, is it?
But you might be good once that comes up. It'll slide right up for the most part. You maybe something with the IO, yeah, and that might pop off.
Yeah.
You can use this whole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can rip that out too, off that. That's the difference of a little corporate computer too. I ended up like popping this off completely. Off out of that.
Oh,
Yeah, like that. Then that's okay. That's loose now.
Thing.
And then that might just like slide.
Bags, like a tiny bag.
What for what? For,
Put all the like nuts in.
you can throw the screws away.
Well, what I was thinking of doing
Um,
is getting a tiny bag and just throwing it in with the thing.
Don't worry about it. You can put them in recycling. Yeah, because I will never put this computer back together. So I will never use the screws.
I just feel like even if you like don't use the screws,
Hold on,
in
we
this
gotta
computer,
move
they
it.
could probably be used for something.
Yeah, we gotta.
They could be, but my likelihood of getting into someone and then having them be used is like gonna take years.
Yeah, but it's also just sitting in the computer.
You can take them if you want them. If you don't want them, then put them in the trash.
there you go.
Oh, good job. Popping out the motherboard. Yay. Katya and her motherboard.
We're not gonna care that much about what this is.
You guys earned the motherboard experience.
Whew, these are great,
I
ladies.
covered the
Women in IT.
Good job, ladies.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, wow.
All right. So tell just before. So what was the benefit of that experience? Just in general, what did you learn that maybe you didn't know before?
It's a lot harder than I remember.
Yeah, a lot of
Tight spaces.
Having to map what you're doing to put stuff out
Oh my
before
god, you know, me too.
you start, because then you have to put back and you gotta know where
Mhm.
things go.
Yeah. So if you were to put it back, you make a little photo. So what did that help you think about with?
This helps me memorize what things are.
Okay.
Because reading it's not the same.
Yep.
Like even the visuals, just because all computers
You
look
want it
different.
keeps your memory forever.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
So like
very
this,
fast.
hands on.
So that helped.
What a RAM is, I can tell you.
Now you know. Heat sink RAM. All right. Show me some RAM. Show me the RAM. All right. Hold up the RAM. Hold up the RAM. All right. There's your RAM. All right. RAM. All right. Now CPU. There you go. CPU. Perfect. How about heat sink? Heat sink. Heat sink. All right.
And for extra credit, thermal paste.
Thermal paste. Yep. Carefully. All right. Hard drive.
Drive.
Hard drive. That's what type of hard drive is that?
HDD.
All right. That's the HDD. Yep. Not the SSD. All right, now motherboard.
Motherboard.
Motherboard. All right. Power supply.
Power.
Basically that kit. Yep, the power.
Yes.
Fans. You got 2 fans.
2 fans.
All right. Now, optical drive. Very good. Now, if you were going to put it back together, where would you start?
Put in the motherboard in.
Put motherboard in, then probably what?
After
Label it. Actually,
I don't remember which
we
one.
have to put the fan in first because the fan came in after.
Okay.
So we have to put the.
Well, it
what's that,
does
the front?
matter.
On this one, we have to put the front fan in
Mm-hmm.
because that came out last. So you gotta pretty much work backwards. That's the fan in.
Put everything in reverse.
Then we can put the motherboard in. Once we put the motherboard in, we can put the
Power.
Yep.
Yep.
Then we can put. No, we take this out first. We can put the hard drive. Then we can put the optical drive, because so that it can be level, so it's positioning.
Mm-hmm.
And then after we do all that, put all the screws in, we can go ahead and we can put the RAM in first actually.
Yep.
And then we can put the CPU and the heating supplies.
All right. Very good. All right. I'm going to say to you, just try to place everything back in the case. We don't need the screws. You can just put those in recycling. And very good job.
These good screws? What you
You can
mean?
take them if you want them.
I am.
I'm gonna
You
make-
always need a screw.
I'm going to make a little wall.
Recycling bin.
I'm going to make a wall of computer parts at
I
home.
threw a bunch of them in there.
Oh, absolutely not. I'll just take my little screws over here.
Yeah. Very. All right. So what were some things that you learned from the hands-on experience differently, again, like in terms of the parts and how they work? Did you think about how they worked? Did you guys think about that? That's my one main question for you. Like in terms of how the computer parts work, other than just taking them apart, was there anything you gained, like in thinking about how they function, like what they do? Did this
Yes.
process make you think about that?
I mean, it didn't make me think about it. It just, like, it didn't make me wonder, oh, what does this do? What does this
Yeah,
do? What
yeah.
does this do? But it was kind of, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, when you can finally get, place a name to a face.
Yep.
It's kind of one of those things. Like, you kind of
Okay.
come in with the knowledge from the theoretical part, knowing what the stuff does.
Okay.
And now being able to, like, actually have it in your hand and hold it and
Yep.
work with it.
Yep.
It's kind of like,
And
oh,
then now,
okay, this
and
is
now,
what this
yep,
is,
and
this
now
is
you
what
have, you can, yep, put name to the face and be like, oh, this is the power, it needs the cooling,
Right.
and I have this CPU. Fantastic, great job, great job. All right.